So you need to hear all these different psychological reasons why your New Year resolution is going to fail. Well, at least for 94% of you guys out there that decided to wait to New Year's to make a resolution. You know, what happened is somewhere during the year last year, you decided you were going to get into shape. Maybe it was a resolution, maybe it wasn't, but then it starts getting cooler in the fall. You start to notice, hey, my clothes are still fitting as bad as they did, or worse, chances are, than they did before. And I didn't get into shape. And it's just another year is going by. But hey, I have a savior coming. New Year, New Year's resolution. And so you get into your head, okay, I'm going to do that. And there's all kind of psychological problems with that. First and foremost, you give yourself a dopamine hit, okay? Just the idea of saying you're going to do it releases dopamine. And it's a fake hit because you haven't actually done anything. This is called a helper's high. And you get that because you promised yourself you're going to do something before you did a thing at all. You didn't lift a finger, and you promised yourself this new person on January 1st that doesn't exist now. And think about it. You outsourced the catalyst to a date, not you. You didn't do any changing, but you think somehow when January 1st rolls around, you're going to become this new person. And all that is you trying to emotionally scrape up enough determination on January 1st to become a new you. And again, about 94% who do this and go through this cycle, I went through it many times, you fail. What you have done is you have made it so you haven't done anything to prepare yourself for what's coming up, all the different things that really need to be done. And you don't have to think about it because, hey, I've got this date coming. Yep, that takes care of it. And so when it comes, the first time that something messes up, you fall by the wayside. Okay? In fact, January 1st, it's the second Friday that comes after New Year's every year. It's called the quitter's date. It's where most of the people, I think it's 65% of the people that set New Year's resolutions, they quit by the Friday after, the second Friday after New Year's. It's pretty amazing. So you see where this is going? You've set yourself up for failure by missing certain steps. And I'm going to go into that because you didn't do anything to change you. You didn't change any of your habits. You didn't even think about it. What you did was you circumvented the preparation stage. And so you jump from thinking about it to full into the deep end of the pool when January 1st rolls around. And so you skipped all the mental lifting that's necessary to put in place for you to actually be able to make your goal happen this time. So let's look at a couple of the things that you have to take care of during the preparation stage. Now, this will vary from person to person depending on what your issues are. But you have to clear out the pantry of food items that you either crave or you eat too much of or are just totally against whatever diet you choose to go on after January 1st. So that's, stuff like that. You've missed it. And you haven't bothered to mentally rehearse what you are going to do the first time something comes up to create a failure situation. What happens if something comes up and you can't get to the gym because of an unexpected meeting or some relative wants to come over and whatever, the car breaks down. And then what you do is you get into excusing that, and then it gets easier and easier to excuse not going once it happens. Things in life get messy, but you didn't prepare for it. We're not going to let you fall for it this time. Don't let yourself fall for that this time. So what we're going to do is we're going to get to the point where you're past the contemplation stage and into the actual planning and preparation stage. And then what you have is the fresh start effect. You pick a certain date into the future, and that's the magic bullet that's going to make you a new person on that date. And you're not going to be a new person on that date. All right, your past failures are still going to be there. You're not going to be a different person just because the calendar changed. On January 2nd, you are the same person with the same habits, same stressors and cravings that you had December 31st. When your old self inevitably shows up, the shock causes most people to quit because they realize the new year, new me is just a costume. You also end up by selecting a date with what's known as an all or nothing cognitive distortion. You think that when the date comes, you're going to never eat X again, and you'll go X times a week to the gym, all right, minimum. And what happens is, because the goal is tied to a perfect start date or a perfect date period, the first slip up feels like the seal has been broken. Psychologically, if you break your resolution on January 10th, the logic becomes, well, I ruined the year, I'll just wait until next time. And I've done that many times myself with different goals that I set by setting a certain date without doing any preparation in advance. It sets you up for failure. When you boil it all down, is you come up with what you should do and not what you actually want to do. There's a big difference between should do and want to do. If you don't work on the want and get it correct and set up with your goals, that's a mismatch that's going to affect you all year. You're going to feel like you're putting round pegs into square holes all the way through the process. So let's look at it another way. Let's just say your goal is to get into shape, meaning the activity itself provides some level of satisfaction. The mental friction of the habit becomes too high. You are fighting a war against your own preferences, and your brain is designed to eventually win that war. So although I'm not providing solutions, quote unquote, in this video, I am providing solutions because I want you to stop falling for what is going to set you up with 94% of the people to ultimately fail. I'm going to come up with actionable alternatives for you to be able to plan ahead of time what obstacles you need to remove in your own life. And that's how you're going to win the battle. Not by some January 1st set up for failure magic date. That there's no magic for it except for the gym membership people who know you're going to sign up for a year contract, and by March you're not even there. And so they're selling monthly contracts to people, and you're paying it every month and you're not showing up. They love it. And so next January 1st, they can sell it to even more people. Look for more information coming soon with actual solutions to some of these issues.